What up YouTube, SpecRod here with another video, and this time I'm going to be doing a video where I list my favorites in music. I am passionate about music to an extent. While I do have a lot of music I enjoy, I tend to only go exclusively for music that I am most passionate about. This is because I feel that music can bring out the snob in everyone. Many artists and bands that are well respected, I've had a hard time enjoying them, mainly because my family kind of shoved them down my throat. That's not to say that there is not a huge amount of music I enjoy, but they are not exactly what most people enjoy. That being said, do not insult me if an artist that you don't like is on this list. Also, I'm going to be a little bit broad in my definition of music. This could include bands or artists in general, or just one album. That being said, I am proud to present the music that I am most passionate about. This is going to be a long one, so buckle up. Alright, so the first piece of music that is on my list is the band Five Finger Death Punch. This band is fucking awesome. They make so many good songs, including The Way of the Fist, Ashes, Salvation, Under and Over It, Dying Breed, Back for More, No One Gets Left Behind, War's the Answer, Ain't My Last Dance, Wash It All Away, Boots and Blood, Champagne, It Doesn't Matter. I could go on, but you get the point. One thing that has always really fascinated me is the fact that they are able to combine the brutal screamo heavy metal sound with choruses that are fucking melodic orgasms. Also, everything about them seems so authentic. These guys really believe that the strong will survive and do not favor weakness of any kind. They advocate militarism, but they do it in a way where they have a balanced mindset. That is fucking amazing, considering not a whole lot of bands can pull that shit off. I am aware that the band does do a lot of covers, but to be honest, the only cover that I like by them is Blue on Black. I tend to prefer their original shit. If you want tough guy rock, then Five Finger Death Punch is a damn good option for you. Alright, coming up next on my list is the band Disturbed. The first song that I heard by them was Down with the Sickness, and it was my fucking jam when I heard it. I've been into the band and ever since. Disturbed often has very cryptic lyrical ideas that actually make a whole lot of sense if you really think about them hard. I think that's kind of the whole point, but I also really dig their nu metal industrial sound. It sounds fucking glorious. Even some of their shit from the 2010s, when they developed a more mature sound, has plenty of melodic songs that are fun to listen to again and again. I can name plenty of goddamn bangers from this band, other than the first one I mentioned. Voices, Prayer, Violence Fetish, Remember, Mistress, Rise, Indestructible especially, The Night, Haunted, Criminal, Divide, Asylum, The Infection, Warrior, Sacrifice, Immortalized, You're Mine, Who, Never Wrong, and most recently, Unstoppable. Disturbed is a hard rock and metal band that just makes you feel like a badass when listening to them. And one of the main reasons I continue to listen to their music. Alright, coming up next is Breaking Benjamin. This band is so fucking great. They're one of these bands where almost all their songs are really good and listenable. Even Dark Before Dawn, which is one of their weaker albums in my opinion, still has some good songs on it. But what makes this band good? Well, a couple things. First of all, I really like the writing in I really think the writing in their lyrics is amazing. Benjamin Burnley, the frontman, has stated that he tries to keep his writing really vague so that people can draw their own conclusions. I fucking love this approach because these lyrics can mean what you want them to mean. But they can also really make you think, and I mean actually make you think, by not providing any real straightforward answers. But that's not the only reason, or even the main reason I can't get enough of them. Their songs are really melodic and emotive, but have a fucking brutal and angsty tinge to them. I mean, you can hear occasional screamo in many of these songs. But their latest album, Ember, takes it a step further by introducing rich vocals and being so massive and dramatic in sound which makes me speechless. So many fucking good songs I can name. Blow Me Away from the band as a whole. Blow Me Away, So Cold, Simple Design, Follow, Firefly, the indie rock sounding Forget It, The Diary of Jane, Breath, Evil Angel, Until the End, Had Enough, You Fight Me, I Will Not Bow, Fade Away, Hopeless, What Lies Beneath, Lights Out, Anthem of the Angels, The Beautiful but Sad Dear Agony, Without You, Red Cold River, Tourniquet, The Dark of You, Down, Torn in Two, Save Yourself, Close Your Eyes, among many, many others. This band has had a huge impact on my life that I don't think any other band has. That is simply goddamn amazing. Alright, coming up next is Limp Bizkit. This is probably going to be my most controversial choice on this list, but remember, this is all opinion. I'm not saying that you should like any of these bands. I'm just saying why I like them. But anyway, I really enjoy the music of Limp Bizkit. I won't say they're lyrical geniuses, but they do make some pretty good songs, like Rollin' Arid Vehicle, My Way, Break Stuff, Rearranged, Just Like This, Trust, Full Nelson, Boiler, Eat You Alive, Give Me the Mic, Down Another Day, Build a Bridge, Phenomenon, Creamer, Radio is Dead, Drown, their cover of Behind the Blue Eyes, Let It Go, to name some. Even some of their shit from their Gold Cobra CD is actually pretty fucking dope. Like Shotgun and Get a Life and and the title cut is pretty good too. Anyway, and to be fair, they do throw in some good lines here and there. I fucking dig their nu metal sound. And when the frontman Fred Durst raps, he actually has good flow and is actually a pretty good singer. I won't deny that a lot of these songs are really vulgar and angry. That being said, they touch on ideas that I think many people can relate to. There are also some weird and or sexual lyrics thrown in occasionally. While not all of their songs are that great, I can easily ignore the weaker ones and focus on my personal favorites. Limp Bizkit is not exactly for the everyman, and definitely not for fucking music snobs. Limp Bizkit is purely for the ragers, or the angry white boys as some would like to call them. I am damn sure of the latter, so you know how I feel. Alright, coming up next is Black Veil Brides, another controversial pick. I guess I'm trying to get them out of the way. Actually, this is the only emo band that I actually like. Although calling them an emo band is a bit of a stretch. Their lyrical themes are not what you would typically get from most other emo bands, where it's just fucking whining about a breakup or whatever. Actually, much like Breaking Benjamin, Black Veil Brides' lyrics are often really vague for the most of the time. Although they do have the outcasts fighting against some form of oppression being a common theme in their music. Honestly, I fucking love that it's here. But there is one lyric from the song Savior that solidifies how I feel about their lyrics. So I can take this pen and tell you how to live, but what is left unsaid, the greatest gift I give. That is fucking powerful. But as for the music itself, it's both hardcore and melodic, with dueling harmonic guitars coming up pretty frequently. While both of their earlier albums have some good shit, their albums since Wretched and Divine are definitely more ambitious and consistently good. They have really good production and with many different instruments used. I mean, Wretched and Divine is a concept album. I still think it has some damn good songs on it to this day. Veil especially is a fucking hardcore and melodic album with some great songs. If you still think I'm a shallow jackass, I won't give a fuck. I mean it when I say Black Veil Brides is a heavy metal band that honestly is much better than what most people give them credit for. Alright, coming up next is Godsmack. Oh yeah, Godsmack. This band has a brutal hard rock and slightly industrial sound that is pretty fucking great to listen to. I also think with the album Faceless, they actually started to improve with their lyrics as well. But the main reason I fucking dig this band is the fact that they make some pretty good songs. Off the top of my head, Whatever, Keep Away, Stress, Now or Never, Get Up, Get Out, Voodoo, the novelty song Vampires, Straight Out of Line, I Stand Alone, Make Me Believe, Realign, I Fucking Hate You, Releasing the Demons, I Am, and even a song called Serenity. This is not a band for everyone, but if you don't have a stick up your ass and can enjoy the brutal in-your-face style, I think you will enjoy Godsmack very much. Alright, coming up next is Hailstorm. This edgy band has a real attitude that is exactly what I expect from a hard rock band. They even take it a step further by including songs with raw sexuality and even some that have lyrics that some might describe as psychotic. But what makes it all work is they have some pretty ear-grabbing melodies, and the front woman, Lizzie Hale, has a really fucking good voice. Some good songs would be Love Bites, So Do I, Ms. Hyde, Freak Like Me, In Your Room, Rock Show, Daughters of Darkness, Scream, New Modern Love, Sick Individual, Bad Girls World, Mayhem, Gonna Get Mine, Uncomfortable, Killing Ourselves to Live, White Dress, Do Not Disturb, Vicious, and probably many others. Yeah, I'll admit Vicious was not as good as their previous albums, but it still had some fucking bangers on it. Yeah, Hailstorm is pretty fucking dope. Alright, coming up next is Dragon Force. This is the band that introduced me to power metal. And what a damn good introduction. I really like their excellent melodies and their extended guitar solos. Oh, and their fucking fantasy-themed lyrics, where their goal is mainly to fight where their goal is mainly to fight evil fucking monsters or just evil sons of bitches or whatever the hell they're fighting against. While sadness is mentioned, so is glory and freedom. Sure, the lyrics are mostly about the same thing, but I would argue that these themes will never get old. But the two guitarists are simply fucking amazing when it comes to talent. Trust me, on the albums, the solos are not sped up. I've seen concert footage of them, and I can tell you that it is really them shredding these solos. But even if you don't care for the solos, they still have some strong choruses in songs like Black Fire, Black Winter Night, Starfire, Disciples of Babylon, Revelations, Evening Star, Through the Fire and the Flames, Revolution Death Squad, Operation Ground and Pound, Cry for Eternity, The Flame of Youth, Holding On, Cry Thunder, Seasons, Wings of Liberty, Die by the Sword, to name a decent amount. This is definitely one of the bands that I think of when I think of power metal. Alright, coming up next is Unleash the Archers. Another power metal band. But this time, it mixes in some screamo and generally has songs that are in the same key. But I very much enjoy Unleash the Archers. Fantasy Warriors are once again and present as themes for this band. I kind of dig the almost operatic vocals, but a lot of their songs are pretty fucking extended and perfect to listen to on an afternoon. Their album Apex is where the production got a lot slicker. Some good songs from this band would be Cleanse the Bloodlines, The Coward's Way, False Walls, Earth and Ashes, 10,000 Against One, Apex, Abyss, and actually a lot of their stuff from Abyss is really good. I can't really think of it at the moment, but even their cover of Northwest Passage is pretty fucking great. This band has a pretty mature sound that I can't help but revisit from time to time. Okay, now we're gonna do the first singular album. And that first singular album is going to be Rev Theory, Light It Up. The first time I heard the song Hell Yeah, I just had to get this album. I am actually fucking glad I listened to it because it has some really good songs on it. I really like how it mixes hardcore fucking rock anthems with melodic ballads. It gives the album a diverse range. But some other good songs on it would be Broken Bones, Wanted Man, 10 Years, Falling Down. And I guess the title cut is pretty good, but the music video for it is pretty fucking great. Light It Up is a pretty solid effort, and I can't wait to hear Rev Theory's next album, Justice. Alright, coming up next is Sick Puppies. This band is straight up fire. They make music that is both angry and shit that I can relate to. But they also have their more melodic ballads thrown in for some good measure. Even some of their angry songs still have good melodies. I really fucking dig their hard rock sound. Some great songs by them would be War, I Hate You, You're Going Down, Riptide, Cancer, So What I Lied, Maybe, and the beautiful White Balloons. This is a pretty fucking great hard rock and metal band from the late 2000s. And at least one of their songs could have honestly been in the soundtrack for a movie like Wanted. God damn, would it fit so well. whatever. They still make good music. And if you are into more modern hard rock, this is a pretty decent choice for a band. Alright, coming up next is My Darkest Days. This is one band I so wish was still making music, because the music that they did make was actually pretty fucking awesome. I really enjoy their hard rock sound with sexually charged lyrics. Hell, one of the song's choruses still gets my cock hard every time I hear it. They also have some fucking earworm songs also. These include Porn Star Dancing, Move Your Body, The World Belongs to Me, Set It on Fire, their cover of Undone, Goodbye, Casual Sex, to name a few. What makes them truly stand out is the fact that they do capture the dark side of love and even show the benefits of recreational sex. It really fucking helps me appreciate My Darkest Days on a much deeper level. Alright, coming up next is the album Nightwish Imaginarium. I've heard some of Nightwish's earlier albums, but they all have very few standout tracks, to be quite honest. But Imaginarium, I have to say, might be their best album. It not only has consistent eargasms with a fucking orchestra, which makes them sound amazing, but it goes a step further by introducing themes of imagination and amusement parks, which definitely speaks to me. The songs even have some pretty thought-provoking lyrics, especially A Song of Mine. This album has plenty of good songs on it. Storytime, I Want My Tears Back, Ghost River, the epic and psychotic Scare Tale, Rest Calm, The Crow, the Owl, and the Dove, Last Ride of the Day, and the title cut, to name a few. The music on this album feels like the soundtrack to a movie, and that is why it is so fucking good. Alright, we're gonna do another album, but this time it's Kamelot Silverthorn. This is the first CD that I've heard from the band Kamelot, and it is really fucking good. It is just symphonic metal epicness. Much like Nightwish's Imaginarium, it has thought-provoking lyrics that could not always apply to the story it tells. For those of you who don't know, this album tells the story of a girl named Jolie who dies and focuses on her brothers. But even if you don't give a fuck about the story, you have some good songs with ear-grabbing melodies that are actually pretty fucking unique, all things considered. Songs like Sacrimony, Angel of Afterlife, Torn, Song for Jolie, Veritas, Falling Like a Fahrenheit, Solitaire, to name a few. I can't wait to hear more from Kamelot, because the music from Silverthorn is just that goddamn good. Alright, coming up next is the band Butcher Babies. You know, this band is pretty fucking great. They do have a style that many would find off-putting. It consists of lots of screamo and really vulgar and violent lyrics. But if you don't have a stick up your ass and can enjoy music like that, then go right ahead, listen to them. Both of the two front women of the band have really good voices, both screaming and clean. I think both of these women are models as well. Their songs have the occasional melodic moments in them to make things much more fucking balanced. Some good songs would be I Smell a Massacre, The Mirror Never Lies, Axe Wound, Monster's Ball, For the Fight, Burn the Straw Man, and the sexually charged Headspin, Korova, Controller, Look What We've Done, Yorktown, and hell, they even have a song called Don't Give a Fuck. That gives you an insight into their attitude. Anyway, Butcher Babies is a pretty fucking dope metal band. Alright, coming up next is American Hi-Fi. To be completely honest with you, this is so far the only pop punk band that I actually like. Most pop punk bands use a bunch of crude humor in their music and music videos as well. But American Hi-Fi has none of that. In fact, the majority of their music is actually pretty serious. Sure, it's not dark or anything, but I think you get what I'm saying. But the other reason I like American Hi-Fi is because they make some fucking melodic songs that are fun to listen to. It seems like that Flavor of the Week is the only song people really know from them. And to be honest, that is probably their weakest song. The first song I heard by American Hi-Fi was The Art of Losing. I actually heard it back when I was a kid, and I fucking loved it. And still to this day, and I still do to this day. But that is not the only good song that they've made. I can name plenty more. A Bigger Mood, I'm a Fool, Hi-Fi Killer, Wall of Sound, Scar maybe, Beautiful Disaster, Nothing Left to Lose, Save Me, and This Is the Sound. Bam. Did it in a few seconds. As a 2000s kid, American Hi-Fi is one of those bands that has a special place in my heart. Alright, coming up next is AC/DC. I'm just going to say I barely listen to classic rock, and this is one of the few bands of that caliber, I don't consider it a genre, that I listen to regularly. Mainly because AC/DC is one of the first bands to go full out fucking hardcore and extremely ballsy and just pushing buttons left and right. I do like a few of the songs that they're really known for, like TNT, For Those About to Rock, We Salute You, and Thunderstruck. But I actually do enjoy some of the lesser known songs like Go Down, Overdose, Let's Get It Up, Inject the Venom. If that is not the most metal shit, I don't know what is. Touch Too Much, Fire Your Guns, Are You Ready, Let's Make It, and the hilarious Satellite Blues. Even that song is one of many in their discography that is overtly sexual. I don't think I've heard any fucking band from the 1970s that is more hard rock than AC/DC. Distorted guitars, harsh vocals, and a real fucking attitude. AC/DC, he definitely fits the bill, and even takes it a step further. For that, I salute them. Alright, coming up next is Sammy Hagar. Once again, I barely listen to classic rock, so don't expect much more from that caliber. In fact, I actually prefer his solo career more than his time with Van Halen. Actually, I don't think I've heard much from his time with Van Halen. But as for his solo shit, it is actually pretty melodic and has a wide range of emotion that the lyrics can convey. That is a fucking sign of good writing. Some good songs would be I Can't Drive 55, Your Love Is Driving Me Crazy, Remote Love, the patriotic Remember the Heroes, Rise of the Animal, and the sex anthem I Don't Need Love, to name a few. What makes Sammy Hagar's work really good is that not all of his songs sound exactly the same. Sure, many of the ones on his album 3 Locked Box use synthesizers, but that's really the extent of repetition that the songs have. Whatever. Sammy Hagar's music, I have to say, is pretty fucking good. Okay, coming up next is another full-on album, and this time it's Un Loco Becoming I. The first song I heard from this album is Bruises. It was included on the soundtrack to the video game True Crime Streets of LA. It was actually one of the few metal songs on the game's soundtrack. Most of it was hip-hop. But anyway, I found out about this album from researching it. And when I finally got it, I have to say, it was pretty fucking good. There were some other good songs that were pretty good, like Crashing, Hands and Knees, Empty, Watching Me Slip, Fold, Making Me Hate You, to name a couple. But Bruises is still a really fucking great song. If you like 2000s era nu metal, then this is a great album to hear. It definitely has that angsty feel and existential lyrics trademark of the subgenre. If you don't like nu metal, then why the fuck are you even watching this video at this point? Anyway, this was unfortunately the final album this band ever released. I will hear their previous album at some point, but I wouldn't mind seeing the alternate universe where this band actually got big and released more material. I think we can fit one more album on this list, and this time it's going to be Like a Storm, Awaken the Fire. This album is straight up fire. No better way to fucking put it. It once again mixes hardcore rock with melodic orgasms, but it also has a didgeridoo. Yeah, I can't pronounce it, but that is used in a couple of the songs, which makes them really unique. Like a Storm is Australian, after all. But I also kind of dig their extended instrumental sections. It helps them have a really mature sound. The album also has that fucking industrial sound that I very much dig. Some great songs would be Chaos, Love the Way You Hate Me, Never Surrender, Break Free, Become the Enemy, 6 Feet Under, and Nothing Remains. I can't pronounce the fucking part in parentheses. This is yet another band that I can't wait to hear more albums from. Alright, coming up next is Diamante. This girl is fucking great. I really like her voice, and she makes very melodic hard rock. It can be brutal, it can be sexy, it can be fun, but it can also have raw emotion. Again, if lyrics of an artist can convey a variety of emotions, then that is a song that is a sign that they're a good songwriter. Some good songs from Diamante would be Coming in Hot, Fight Like a Girl, or Flag, I'm Sorry, Haunted, Sleepwalking, her cover of Crazy on You, War Cry, American Dream, Unfuck You, and her cover of Iris with Breaking Benjamin. You know I heard that and fucking loved it. Diamante is an artist that is beyond. So anyway, those are my favorites in music. Tell me which of these you liked, or just tell me what music you like in general. If you really want. So anyway, I'm Spike Robot. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, by all means, subscribe. See you next time, and remember, rock on.